Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mike, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do this kind of swinging sign effect. It's seen on the Buzzfeed little logo. It's seen all over the place. It's really easy, and I'm also going to show you how to turn this into an animated preset, so you don't have to animate it every single time. And so you just drag on the preset onto the little icon or whatever that you want to flip, and it will swing to your heart's content. So here we are in After Effects. I'm just going to create the sign real quick. To be honest, I don't watch Buzzfeed. I'm not, I don't really know too much about their stuff. Well, I know enough about it to not want to watch it. But so their sign, I think it kind of looks something like this. It won't be perfect, but it is what it is. I'm just creating a rectangle, aligning it in the center with the words in the center. So I'm just going to parent this Buzzfeed to the layer underneath it. That way, when I move this layer, it moves with it. So I'm going to make them both 3D, and I'm going to make them both have some motion blur. For this layer, I'm going to move the center point to the top. So the look we're trying to get is something that kind of looks like this. So it starts up here like this, and it kind of swings down and decays down. So you could do this by hand, but it really won't look that great. It'll be very clearly, animated by hand. It won't be perfect. I mean, you could do the math and add the angles over a certain amount of time, but I mean, who's got time for that? It kind of just looks, to be honest, a little bit funny when you do it like this. It just doesn't look as good, so we're not going to do it like that. So I found this website, actually. It's pretty great. It's called Wiggle Rubber Throw Inertia Expressions Motion Graphics Change. Basically, this guy pasted in a bunch of After Effects scripts. So his script doesn't work perfect for this, and it's not really that easy to use, so I'm just going to take this, I'm going to build on this. So all credit goes to this guy who did this. Link will be down in the description if you want to see this. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this and bring it into After Effects. So on this X rotation here, which is the rotation we want, I'm going to hold Alt, and I'm going to press the little stopwatch next to it. And I think caps lock is on, that's why it's not working. But I'm just going to paste in the expression, so you can't really tell that it was pasted in, but there it is. So let's see. There's the expression. Excuse me. So let's see what happens now when we create some keyframes. See what kind of motion we get. So it looks okay. It doesn't look really perfect. He noted in his article that you can mess with these, amplitude, frequency, and decay, and kind of get something that works best for you. But to be honest, I kind of just want a one-stop shop. I want to just drop it on every time, and it just works every time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in on this layer. I'm going to right-click. Actually, I'm not going to right-click. I'm going to search for an effect called slider control. So I'm going to drag that on 3 times. If I can manage to grab it. So now when I open this up into the effects, I've got the 3 slider controls. I'm going to rename these to if I could spell, amplitude, frequency, and decay, representing the 3 items that he suggested that you edit to make it work for you. So now when I come in here, basically what I want to do, where am I? So basically what I want to do is grab this little pickwick and, whoops, I need to open these up. So put on the slider control. Now I'm just using this to just basically copy copy that little expression over. I don't really care what the expression is, but I'm just going to paste it onto where the number is. So just like that. And then just to make the numbers a little bit more manageable, because don't forget these numbers were like 0.05, which are kind of hard to control, I'm going to divide this by 100. And basically I'm just going to copy and paste this for all of these. But one thing I want to change is I want to change this to frequency. And this to decay. So somehow this got removed. I want to divide that by 100. I want to divide the next one by 10. And I want to divide the next one by 10 as well. So now for these slider controls, I want to set these to about 10, and then about 10, and then about 15. I think that tends to work best. So let's just kind of see what kind of effects this expression will give us. So basically when I change these slider controls, it changes the formula inside the expression. So let's see here, click on this layer, hit R, set a keyframe, only go a few frames back. You don't want to go very many frames back because it doesn't look as great. You want it to be fast because it does have the swinging. So the effect lasts much longer than the initial keyframes because it swings. So let's see what this gives us now. So that looks pretty good. Let's see what happens when we expand these out a tad. So you definitely want these to be closer together. I'm going to bring this down to half so I can actually see it render. So it's a little too fast. That looks pretty good. You know, you might want to go in and mess with it a little bit. You could always change you know, these slider controls. You might want to make the amplitude or frequency or decay higher. The decay, you might want it to only be like 12. You want it to swing maybe more. Like that. That might be what you're looking for. But you just mess around with these up here and it will give you the effect that you're desired. So look, we're only going across maybe 6 to 8 frames, but yet the effect takes place for about a second, which is about how long you want it to be. So let's see what happens when we change this amplitude to like 15, the frequency to maybe 8, and the decay 12. Let's just see kind of what that gives us. So that might be what you're looking for. Again, it all just adds to it. What I do also is on this first keyframe here, I hit Alt and then the left bracket, and it kind of just closes this off so it doesn't come into frame until it starts spinning. I obviously need to do it also with the Buzzfeed. So that way it kind of looks like that. It kind of comes in a frame out of nowhere. Okay, so how do I make this like a one-stop shop? So I just, you know, come in here and search in whatever, frame roll in or whatever you want to name it. Basically what I want to do is I want to open up all these. I want to select this, hit Control and select amplitude, frequency, and decay. So I've selected all of the effects that go into this. I want to hit Animate, Save Animated Preset, and this is the directory that you want to save it as. So it's, you know, your hard drive, wherever you have After Effects saved, wherever you have After Effects saved, and then there's a set called User Presets. It should open up right there. If not, you'll have to search into where it's at. I've already done it. I've saved it. So I'll show you what happens when you just drag it onto an icon. Just to be safe, actually, I'm just gonna save. I'm actually gonna save this just in case I run into any problems. Then I could know that the tutorial isn't absolutely correct. So I'll just save it as the same thing there. Just overwrite it. No big deal. I'll delete these layers. Come in, just make a rectangle. center it, align it with the align tool. Make sure it's on 3D. Press Y on the keyboard or come up here and select the center point mover and move it to the top. And now I'm going to come in here and search T023. That's what I saved it as. Drag it on, and there it is. It's saved. And it even has the slider controls that you can manipulate later. Now, you'll notice that because of the geometry of the shape, when it's at the top angle, it's not perfect. So you just need to come into this keyframe and kind of just manipulate it until you can't see it. Every shape will be different, and because it's a 3D layer, you kind of can't get around that. From here, I just click Alt, left bracket, and it closes it off right there. So it ends up looking like this. Perfect. There we go. Anyways, I hope this helped. Buster, stop shaking. I hope this helped. If it did, be sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, check out my main channel, as well as checking the link in the description for all of the expressions that that great user shared with us online. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.